Why do you remain so convinced, sir, that Obamacare, that the health care law is going to do more harm than good in your state of Mississippi?
Well, you see recently what's happened just this week. The Obamacare administration has basically said they're going to delay Obamacare. But he's asking us in Mississippi to say, we believe that you're going to provide billions of dollars, roughly $11 billion between now and 2020 to the state of Mississippi, so it won't cost us anything. It's that free money from Washington. We just don't feel comfortable with that.
You know, the state of Mississippi has turned down about $1 billion a year to expand Medicaid in the state. The governor and the legislature believes it would increase the cost of the state of Mississippi. I do not manage Medicaid. That's an issue that falls under the purview of the governor and the legislature, and they're the ones that have to choose if they want to expand Medicaid. So it's a very controversial issue. It becomes one of ideology. It's not one about whether someone actually needs help. It's one about whether we think they ought to get help or not. I say we, I should say, whether the governor and the legislature think that.
The first 3 years of the Medicaid expansion is not going to cost, or wouldn't have cost the state one dime. When you look at Mississippi, Mississippi is the poorest state, we're the unhealthiest state, we have the highest rate of mortality, we have the highest rate of death as it relates to breast cancer, even though we have the lowest occurrence of it, which basically shows me or tells me that there's a lack of health care here in the state of Mississippi.
A lot of the discussion to this point has been about who you supported for president in the last election. I think we need to get past that, and we need to look at what's best for Mississippi and what's best for the people of Mississippi. We need to look at the fact that we all have constituents who don't have health insurance as a result of the failure to expand Medicaid, and that's not a Democrat or Republican issue.
When this issue first came forward after the Supreme Court's ruling, the only thing we was asking for is that we was asking the Speaker of the House for a vote on Medicaid expansion. We had one chairman, the chairman of Medicaid, said on the Medicaid expansion bill, would not bring it up in committee, would not bring it to the floor of the House. And when you have a policy that could potentially put over 140,000 people on Medicaid, that's over $1 billion a year economic impact on the state of Mississippi, I don't think 3 or 4 people in the Mississippi legislature should sit back and make that decision. That should be a decision that the entire 122 members of the legislature should have an opportunity to vote on.
We've got to get past the national partisan politics and look at what's in the best interest of all of the citizens of Mississippi.
Unfortunately, the political spite from D.C. has come to Mississippi, and some of our most vulnerable citizens are going to be forced to suffer as a consequence of politics.